Have you ever had someone ask, "How are you doing?" And you just said, "Fine," even though inside you know you are anything but fine? Life's challenges can weigh us down, yet we often hide our struggles. But Psalm 3 shows us how David cried out to God in his darkest hour and found strength in him. Today, let's explore what it means to truly trust God, even when life feels overwhelming. Welcome to Praying with Grace. Whether this is your first time joining us or you're returning for another reflection, we're so glad you're here. This is a space where we explore God's Word, find encouragement, and pray through life's challenges together. Thank you for being here today. In Psalm 3, 1-2, David writes, "Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him." These words were written during one of the darkest periods in David's life. He was on the run from his own son, Absalom, who had rebelled against him. Surrounded by enemies and feeling abandoned, David turned to God with raw honesty. Have you ever felt like David, overwhelmed, surrounded by challenges, and questioning if God is still with you? Psalm 3 reminds us that even in our lowest moments, we can trust in God's faithfulness. So how do we respond when life feels overwhelming, just as it did for David? Let's look at 3 practical ways to trust God in troubled times. 1. Bring your struggles to God honestly. David didn't sugarcoat his feelings. He cried out to God, sharing his fears and frustrations. When you're facing challenges, don't hold back. Pray honestly and let God meet you where you are. 2. Declare God's power over your situation. In Psalm 3:3, David declares, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high." Despite his fears, David reminded himself of God's protection and faithfulness. Speak God's promises over your struggles and trust in His strength to carry you. 3. Rest in God's peace. David ends the psalm with these words, "I lie down and sleep, I wake again, because the Lord sustains me." Even in the midst of chaos, David found peace in God's care. Trust that God is in control and allow His peace to calm your heart. I remember a time when I felt completely surrounded by challenges like there was no way out. I was weighed down by fear and doubt, questioning if I could keep going. One evening, I came across Psalm 3 and read these words, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me." Those words became a prayer I repeated over and over, reminding myself of God's protection and faithfulness. Slowly, my perspective began to shift. The challenges didn't disappear, but I found peace knowing that God was with me. If you're feeling overwhelmed today, I want to encourage you. Cry out to God, remind yourself of His promises, and rest in His peace. No matter what you're facing, God is your shield and sustainer. If this message has encouraged you, share it with someone who needs hope today. Together, let's trust God and find strength in His promises.